Can I move into the house before I close? I actually get this question a lot, and I get that there's a lot of reasons why a buyer might want to move into the house before they actually close. For example, if you're closing in the middle of the month and you don't want to pay for your mortgage and your rent, or maybe your lease is ending early, whatever the case may be, unfortunately, the answer is no. The buyer needs to wait until after closing to move into the house. But why, you ask? Moving into the house prior to closing is a huge risk for both the buyer and the seller. Early possession can really complicate things from a liability standpoint. Accidents happen. What if the buyer damages the property before closing? Or what if a fire breaks out? Who's then responsible for the damage? There's also the possibility that the deal falls through for any number of reasons. Maybe inspections go awry, or the buyer's loan doesn't close. Maybe the buyer moves into the house and then realizes that's actually not the house for them. And now all of a sudden, for any of those reasons, the deal is not closing and the buyer is living in the house. The seller is now tasked with evicting the buyer, relisting the home, and resuming their expenses on the home. Some people might argue, just draft a lease, treat the buyer like a tenant. And while I guess you could do that, our company's attorney still advises against letting the buyer move into the home prior to closing. Basically, there's just too many risks for both parties. So no, a buyer should never move into a home prior to closing. And if you ask me, can you do this? I'm gonna tell you no.